What's up, guys? Brian Grant here of ContestChampion.com, and today I have some pretty exciting news to share with you all. So yesterday we got this in-game notification about an update coming to Tier 1 Alpha Catalysts. You'll be able to sell Tier 1 Alpha Catalysts for Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst fragments, and that is really good. Some people actually complained about the little bit reduced amount of gold that you'll be getting from selling these things, but come on, man. They just had a huge gold event where you can get an absolute ton of gold, millions and millions of gold for relatively little effort. So if you really needed gold, you should have done that. If you still need gold, hit the arena. Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst fragments are extremely rare, and being able to get them from selling Tier 1 Alphas is a great update. You will need 300 to complete a full one just from selling the, getting the fragments from Alpha 1s, but that's really not the main way that you're going to be getting these things, and just any addition towards getting them, any way that you can get more fragments is a good thing. Plus, once you get towards the end game, you actually get a ton of Alpha Catalysts. I have 45 in my stash right now, at least that's what I counted yesterday. I don't know if I gained any or anything like that. So yeah, I have 45 here right now. That's a solid chunk of fragments right there. And I've already sold a ton in the past. So yeah, that's a really good update. But that's not the exciting thing in that message, or at least that's not the only exciting thing, right? So if I hide my face here for just a moment, there's a note at the bottom where it says these new values will come into effect after you update to the new version that is being released January 18th. And that got me pretty excited, and I think that got everybody pretty excited. So this is not the only change coming. So of course I go and I hit up the forums, and I see this note here from Mike. I guess people were talking about it, and it says here, sorry guys, nothing to report until the patch notes come out next week. This one is a relatively light build as well. We do have some stuff planned, but you won't get it right when the patch comes out. So I'm guessing that means that they are adding like the next month's event quest to the game or something like that, and yeah, eventually we'll see it, but not right away. He basically tries to kill the hype, but Mike, you can't kill the hype train, man. The hype train goes on. And today, I was actually gonna, speculating like what could they possibly be adding and stuff like that, right? And then finally today, we have another in-game mail, and this one says that they're adding new 5-star champions to the 5-star crystal. Finally, right? Finally, they're adding some new 5-star champions. And initially when I saw this list, I thought, crap. I don't want these champions. I don't want these champions, man. I want to dupe Star-Lord, and this is going to make it that much harder to dupe Star-Lord, right? But some of these champions, they're actually better than I initially thought, right? So let's just start from the top. Superior Iron Man. Do we really need another Iron Man added to the 5-star crystal, right? That's my initial thought, right? But when I thought about it, I do use Superior Iron Man on my normal questing team because he has a very strong synergy between him and Captain America, the classic version, and classic Daredevil as well. And then occasionally I throw the 3-star Superior Iron Man in there as well, just to get some extra synergies in that whole lineup. So if I can replace the 3-star one with the 5-star one, I wouldn't mind it. Plus, the 4-star version of Superior Iron Man actually has really high prestige for one of the classic older champions in the game. So as long as that kind of lines up with the 5-star version as well, that wouldn't be too bad to pull a Superior Iron Man. Same thing goes with Hulkbuster at the bottom of the list. I really don't want Hulkbuster. He's probably my least favorite out of all 6 champions being added. But if he has high prestige, then I wouldn't mind pulling him that much, He's not someone that I would take to like rank 4 or anything like that, but I would try my best to get him to like rank 3 as a 5-star champion, something like that. I mean, at least it just wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, right, to pull Hulkbuster. Plus, he's somewhat decent on war defense. I'm usually not that excited about war defense champions, but at least he has that going for him, right? Colossus. Colossus is someone that I'm pretty excited about being added. You guys know I run the full Suicide Mastery setup, so having another Bleed immune champion or Poison immune champion added to the lineup of 5-stars that you can pull from these crystals is always a good thing in my opinion. And right now, there's not that many options for pulling Bleed immune champions. You basically have Unstoppable Colossus that you can get for 800,000 loyalty, which I'm almost there, but I'm not quite there yet. Or a featured champion, and there's not even that many featured champions. I think there's, well, like Ghost Rider, and I'm sure maybe I'm forgetting one other, but that's the only one I could think of off the top of my head, right? So there's really not many options there for getting bleed immune champions as a 5-star. So Colossus being added, that's awesome. There are no poison immunes being added in this current update, so a little bit bummed there, but still pretty good. And the other good thing about Colossus is he doesn't need to be duplicated to be a strong champion. So that's really good. When it comes to 5-star champions, it's really hard to duplicate these things. And the fact that they have a few that don't need to be duplicated to be strong, that's incredible. So the next champion on the list, Guillotine, falls in that same category. You don't need to duplicate Guillotine for her to be a very strong champion. She is above average as an unduped champion against other champions that are duped. Like, that's how strong she is without being awakened. So that's really good. I'm sure nobody's going to be sad about Guillotine being added to the 5-star crystal. As far as this lineup goes, she's probably the the favorite of the community. So I would not mind pulling a Guillotine, and yeah, that's enough said about her, right? She's good. Yellowjacket kind of falls in that same category too, where you don't necessarily need to duplicate Yellowjacket for Yellowjacket to be strong. You could spam that level 1 ability, and it's actually pretty powerful. Sometimes when you're fighting against the enemy, you don't necessarily want to stun them. Like if Yellowjacket is on defense or something like that, then of course you want to stun the attacker, because then Yellowjacket will rip through the attacker. But when you're fighting against, like, if you're fighting in presumably let's say Act 5 or something like that, right? Act 5 is not out yet, but when it comes out, it's very likely that if you get the enemy to their level 3 special, you're just gonna get decimated, right? So if you stun the opponent, sometimes you just have to sit there like twiddling your thumbs, just waiting for them to become unstunned so that they can use their special and stuff like that. So the fact that he doesn't have that stun is not the biggest deal. You really want to use the level 1 special and hope that the enemy just uses a special. You want to bait their special and have them take a massive amount of damage. And yeah, you don't need Yellowjacket to be duplicated for that. And I think that's really awesome about him. So another strong science champion be added to the science crystal, or to the 5-star crystal. So very good there. Moon Knight. I still haven't gotten a good handle on Moon Knight's abilities. I just duplicated him as a 4-star not that long ago. But yeah, Moon Knight is another favorite in the community. And yeah, he's definitely the strongest skill champion that's in the crystal, or will be in the crystal starting January 18th. So definitely not a bad addition to the game there. He's not God tier or anything like that. At least maybe not normally, but when the timing is right, when the right moon phase is there, he is extremely strong. He can stun lock the opponent. He's pretty strong on Alliance War defense, even not in the right phase of the moon and all that stuff. So yeah, another good addition there. And then Hulkbuster is probably the least favorite for everybody, or the majority of players out there. But all in all, I think this is not that bad of a lineup. I think most people will be happy with at least 3 to 4 out of these 6 champions, and I'm pretty happy with about 5 out of the 6 of these champions. So yeah, I think this is actually really good. And initially, like I said, I was not that happy about it, but I do think that this is actually a pretty good addition to the 5-star crystal. So pretty excited about it. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.